So in 2007, you released Bullet in a Bracelet, right? Can you talk about that album and the mindset that you had at that time?
That was my new version of saying diamonds and guns. Because I told Prodigy about my cousin and his homeboy, they didn't buy clothes, all they bought was diamonds and guns. So Bullet in the Bracelet was the new version of that. And you know, I'm just shouts to Team Demo with Bullet in the Bracelet. They out of Northern Virginia. And it was just trying to understand where I'm going with a new sound. Because I also listened to Prodigy, because I was on some real super MC shit at the time, and he was just like, you're going to have to dumb it down. People not going to understand it. And, you know, I wasn't really catching on then, but, you know, we did quite a few topics back then. So it was a cool mindset to be like in our own space with someone, and we're developing this project together.
But at this time, you're still doing it independent, right?
Yeah.
So was there no talks about you signing with Infamous or anything? Like they had a G-Unit situation at the time, right? Because I think
at the G-Unit, no, not at that time. No, that was later on.
I thought G-Unit they were with like in 2006.
I don't think so. I don't think it was. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember. I thought it was a little later, but probably, I don't know, probably. I know they was with it, but I can't remember the exact year of it.
Yeah, because Blood Money came out in 2006. That's right.
Okay.
But at that time, there was no talks of you signing with them or anything?
I mean, P tried to get me a deal, like a small deal with Baby Grand. You know what I'm saying? That's about it, really.
But you were happy doing it the independent route because you got to do it the way you wanted?
I mean, learning it, I've had the freedom is awesome.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if I would have got into it with the whole deal situation, like that would have been, you know, I can see that could be angry and tiresome from not knowing the business side of things.
But the beautiful thing too is that you never felt pressure to make this type of song, right? Like, oh, you got to make this radio song, you got to make this girl type of song, everything. And usually when you sign with a major deal or something, you get that kind of input, that pressure that you got to do this, do that.
But also I could have had a deal. I was in talks with a certain label, and I made those songs, the radio songs, and they pretty much was like, this is not what we want to hear from you.
Oh, wow. Okay. Can you say the major?
No.
No, okay, okay, all right. What was that like for you then to get that kind of feedback?
What offended me was them saying, you know, we want you to talk that street stuff. You know what you do. Talk that stuff, that street stuff you did. I got offended. They did, like if they would have worded and say, yo, we want you to tell your story, that's different. But from you to be like, you know, talk that street stuff you do, you know that type stuff you do. I got offended and told them, fuck you.
Was the execs white?
Yeah. And yeah.
So it kind of felt like we want you to sell your trauma in a way, basically that bullshit.
Basically, yeah. Yeah. Because I don't think really the street stuff and music, I don't think that should be put on record.
Yeah, because I've seen you do interviews and you've spoken about that where like you said that it comes out here and there, but you try not to go into it too much.
No, because it's, I mean, a lot of things, especially a lot of 90s music got misconstrued. Like if you pay attention to music, a lot of stuff people were making, like Wu-Tang and, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people, it's really the blues. And no one, you know, the hip hop, we call it pain music, but it's really the blues if you listen to it. And it got misconstrued, you know, yes, there's some songs because the mixture of braggadocio, right, all right. What people call braggadocious is called ego tripping. So the mixture, usually when you ego trip, you just brag how dope your lyrics are and how dope you are. You know what I'm saying? And that's, you know, even from back in the days to now, I got bodyguards. I got 2 big cars. It definitely ain't the whack. Got a Lincoln Continental and a brand new Cadillac. So ego tripping has always been here. How dope your rhymes are, so on and so forth. Like the message, Melly Mel's, the message is really the blues.
Right.
Broken glass everywhere. People pissing on the station, but it's just an up-tempo beat. It's not, you know, some songs are not sad.
It's like not a melancholy sound basically to it. Yeah, got you.
When you mix ego tripping and street, now you got, I got 25 keys and it's all of these. It makes people think like, oh yeah, I need the drug. I need to sell drugs, or I need to have the gun on me. And it's misconstrued. You know what I'm saying? Like, can it all be like Wu-Tang's? Can it all be so simple? Like it's a lot of songs that spoke on the blues, but you know what I'm saying? You could just hear it. People got it misconstrued.
So would you say then, because, you know, hip hop a lot of time, well, you know, back then more so, was a young person's genre, right? Like the people were, a lot of the supporters were young people and they're impressionable listening to it. Do you feel like that created that?
You have that, and also you have people who got to peek into a world that they know they will never know about. And they can see it from them. They can enjoy the show from there and won't get harmed. Or they can
almost like watching a movie.
Yeah. At a certain point, it got that way when they seen the success of it. Because, you know, rap is the business, hip hop is the culture.
Right.
So a lot of people have hip hop within them and they do it for, you know, the culture of it, of, you know, expressing their thing. But then, you know, the business side come in and be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Then they got to a point, they just started blocking people and be like, nah, we want you to make this type.
So in a way, art was imitating life, and then life imitated the art too.
Yeah.
Because I remember seeing in an interview, you were saying that people love pain, right? So when you got to rap about something that really resonates with people, you know, that really touches people. And that's why you didn't want to rap about the gangsta stuff. You wanted to do much more than that so that people could connect to it.
I don't think it's like almost, I could say a lot of reckless stuff in the street life. And you know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff people wouldn't believe what I did. But it's why? Why try to influence another young individual to go down that path? Because no matter what, it's not worth it. It's nowhere near worth it. You know what I'm saying?
Because you have the credentials to do it too. Not everybody has the credentials to rap about it.
It's not worth it at all. At all. Like, to think about the things I've survived through, like my life could have been easily taken as lost as a young man, not knowing who I really were.